Donald Trump's press conference on Tuesday, the 12th of August, was absolutely depressing to anybody coming from a Ukrainian standpoint, or indeed anybody who believes in freedom, democracy, and the existence of a rules based order that says, above all else, might does not make right. It's very difficult to know where to start. Donald Trump in this press conference clearly blamed Volodymyr Zelensky again for starting the war. He said that for 3.5 years Zelensky had done nothing. He went on to dismiss the importance of the Ukrainian constitution, responding to comments from President Zelensky that the Ukrainian constitution would not allow sovereign land to be given up in a peace deal. President Trump dismissed this constitution, saying that the constitution didn't stop President Zelensky going to war, a war that had killed tens of thousands, forgetting conveniently that it was Russia that started this war. It was Russia who illegally invaded Ukraine, and it was Russia who has wiped entire Ukrainian cities off the face of the map and killed hundreds, certainly tens of thousands of innocent civilians. The outlook for Ukraine on looking forward to Friday's summit in Alaska is not very good. A number of things that need to be said. This summit has been organised with unholy haste. It would normally take weeks and weeks, if not months, to organise a summit like this. The Americans have jumped into it with, we are led to believe, less than a week's notice. Donald Trump has suggested that there needs to be give and take on both sides. That on the face of it would sound fair enough. The only problem is what Ukraine will be expected to give will be more of its sovereign land and the people who live on that. And what Ukraine might take will be some of its sovereign land, which has been illegally stolen by Russia over the last 3.5 years. Add to this the complicating fact that Donald Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, who visited the Kremlin last week, it appears that he may have got the wrong end of the stick from Putin. He has come back suggesting that Putin is willing to give up some of the land that they have conquered. This is not at all clear. Nothing we have seen leads us to believe that Vladimir Putin's war aims have changed one iota since the 24th of February 2022, and that was to take over all of Ukraine and to eradicate Ukrainian national identity from the face of the map. Putin believes, remember, that Ukraine is a false country. So a very, very bleak outlook for Ukraine. We have spent 3.5 years talking about the principle that there should be nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. Clearly, Donald Trump has made once more his admiration for Vladimir Putin clear. His office is talking about what a great honor it is to host President Putin on American soil in Alaska. At the same time, one can be in no doubt that on a personal level, Donald Trump cares nothing for Ukraine and would appear to deeply despise Volodymyr Zelensky. It's also notable that when Donald Trump said that, Volodymyr Zelensky had done nothing in the last 3.5 years, nothing, I guess that is, other than defending his country against a genocidal invasion, he has completely failed to give any credit to President Zelensky for, one, signing the minerals deal, which Donald Trump was so keen on, but also being willing to sign up to, a number of months ago, to the 30-day unconditional ceasefire. which of course Vladimir Putin was not willing to sign up for. So in summary, this does not look good for Ukraine. It's down to Europe, as I have believed it always would be. European leaders seem to be keeping their powder fairly dry at the moment. There have been statements issued to the effect that, Ukraine's sovereignty could not be bargained away. We really wait and see, because my prediction is that any proposal which comes out of this Alaska summit between Trump and Putin will be wholly unacceptable to Ukraine. It will be something that Volodymyr Zelensky will not be able to accept, that the Ukrainian people would not accept. We are then looking at the very real prospect of the United States once more, as they've already done, withdrawing totally arms supply and intelligence supply to Ukraine, and that will hurt. Now, it's got to be said, Ukraine are every day stepping up their own production of weapons, and Europe are also stepping up the amount of weapons we are providing to Ukraine. It is not yet sufficient to fill the gap, and this will leave Ukraine in a very, very perilous state. But I will end by quoting my great friend Oleksiy Mikheyev, who said to me back in probably March 2022, Cormac, he said, it's very simple. If Russia stops fighting, there will be no war. If Ukraine stops fighting, there will be no Ukraine. We wait and we watch very carefully for what comes out of Alaska at the end of this week.